Yes, good morning. You are welcome to another beautiful edition of the show. The show is Perspectives. And you know that as usual, I am your host. Yinka Kenny is my name. You know that here on the show, I know how to travel far and near. At times I decide to go to Aso Rock. At times I decide to go down to the north, to the west, to the east, and to the south. This morning, where am I going to? I'm going all the way to the state of Osun. We all know that the election process is never an end on its own. Rather, it is a means to an end. After elections come the celebrations, the complaints, and sometimes petitions and court cases. As we know, these are no doubt important tools of democracy. Times will usually come when we ask the inevitable questions after election. What are these questions that usually we ask? How far and how well? All right, today we are asking this important question about the present administration in the state of Osun. It's been 2 years into the administration of Governor Oyetola. The last 2 years, no doubt, is a trying period for any government, most especially a government that is in position for the first term, anywhere in the world, especially as 1 year out of this 2 is the year of the pandemic, which, of course, nobody anywhere in the world has a budget for. Nobody prepared a kind of budget for, as no one saw it coming. Okay, this morning, let us take you to the state of Osun as we look at what has gone down in the last 2 years of Governor Oyetola. This morning on phone, I will be talking with the Chief Press Secretary of the state of Osun in the person of Mr. Ismail Omipidan, who will take us through the journey so far with the government of the state of Osun. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning. Good morning, Nadia.
Yes, it's good to have you on the show this morning, this very beautiful morning. All right, it's been 2 years, and I know that I tell you the past 1 year, I know of a truth that it's not been easy. Can you briefly tell us about the journey so far in the state of Osun?
Well, first, we want to thank our people for their support and cooperation over the years. It's 2 years, but these 2 years, in the first 1 year, litigation took almost 7 months. And the second year, pandemic took close to 5 months or thereabouts. Then came ENSAS. But in the midst of all this, we have been able to fulfill some of our campaign promises. Chief among them is the fact that 3 months into the assumption of office, we flagged off the revitalization and the rehabilitation of 332 primary health centers. Out of the 332 primary health centers, we have done 300 as I speak, and they are all up and running, very functional. We have also done 3 major hospitals, 1 per senatorial district. We have completed the one in Ejigo. It's up and running. The one in Ejigo is very, very significant because during the pandemic, but for that hospital, it would have been very difficult for us to manage the returnees from Ivory Coast, about 127 came in during the pandemic. So when our governor has his foresight and his forward-thinking, otherwise, but for his decision to invest heavily in the health sector from the word go, the pandemic would have caught us napping because as God will have it, we already had some of the facilities on ground before the pandemic, started. And so we just only, added 1 or 2 things to the existing one. Now, aside from that, we have also done very road infrastructure. I say critical because most of the roads we are doing, some have been completed. completed, others are ongoing. Were roads that never been touched since the creation of the state. For example, the state capital, there's a particular road, about 5 network of roads in Alepo area, which we inaugurated about 2 days ago. That road, it was last touched in 1986, before the creation of the state of Osun. Since the creation of the state of Osun, no government has touched that road. As a matter of fact, during the commissioning, the authority of Osogbo said it clearly that a particular political party was in power for 7.5 years, and that most of their leaders lived around that area, but they didn't do anything about the road until Mr. Governor came in and deemed it fit to fix the road. There's also at Igbajo Road. And that road, according to a former commissioner in the state, he said that the road had been bad before he became commissioner, and that man was commissioner in 1992 in the state of Osun. As we speak, we are fixing the road. And we also have a series of township roads that we have earmarked. But that too, the last time any township was done there was in the 80s.
Hello? Okay, okay.
In the area of economy, we deliberately set out to diversify our economy from day one.
Okay.
We had an economic and investment summit, and the results, we're already seeing the results, because mining sector, for example, we have a mine development plan.
Hello?
Good gains from our mining sector.
Okay.
The Dapol international market has been flagged up. Once it comes on stream, it's expected to generate jobs for our youth and human population. We have also flagged up the ethanol factory. That one is capable of generating over 10,000 jobs.
Okay.
For our youth, we'll be unveiling our youth policy anytime soon, when we'll talk about how to educate and even train them, youth entrepreneurship, youth education, youth empowerment, and youth engagement.
Okay. Okay, let me cut your thought a bit there, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Talking about the present day situation, I'm talking about the pandemic right now. We all know that the state of Osun is not one of those very wealthy states now. And you have talked about what the governor has done in the area of the health sector. Moving forward, what is the plan of the state or the state government in respect of this? Because we all know that COVID-19 has come to stay with us.
Yeah, as we speak, we have over 300 capacity isolation center. We prepared from the one that the pandemic has come to stay, and so we must devise means of managing it.
Okay.
And so to that extent, we have equipped our isolation centers. We have in Osogbo, we have in Ilefe, we have in Ichiku, to cater for the situation.
Okay.
Aside from that, we have not stopped our investment in the health sector.
Okay.
We are building a 120-bed ward in Ashubia Specialist Hospital.
Okay.
We also doctors' quarters. About health workers. We have fully implemented the co-head and homeless to injure our health workers to make them perform optimally.
Okay, do you now feel that, because a lot of states we know are complaining about finances at this very point in time, and a lot of states are, halting some of the promises made during the elections to the people. Do you think that in the state of Osun, some of the promises made by the governor while he was contesting for the post of, the gubernatorial post, do you think some of the promises he made could be altered because of this present situation in the country?
Well, somehow God has been very gracious and so good to Mr. Governor. In spite of the challenges of the finance, in spite of the entrance and the pandemic challenge, we have been able to keep to most of the promises. For example, one of the key one was the fact that he would ensure that the worker salary are paid complete. And just recently, he has also approved the implementation of minimum wage. And don't forget that in the whole of the country, only 5 states have so far approved minimum wage. And if you are counting in terms of financial buoyancy, I'm sure you will not include our state among the first top 5 states. But incidentally, here we are. We are among the first 5 states that have implemented minimum wage. And we are doing this without borrowing a dime, from any quarter. Now, he promised that Oshogbo Iwo Road was going to be fixed. As I speak to you, that road is nearing completion. He promised that Jibo Road was going to be fixed. As I speak to you, we have fixed that road. It means that he was going to fix the Aleku road that I just spoke about. And it's already is been fixed, and we have so far. And one good thing about the Aleku road is that it was awarded in February, shortly before the pandemic set in hugely. Now, ordinarily, if it were a government that was more responsible, you could have hidden under the pandemic not to do anything. But that road was delivered within 7-8 months, in spite of the pandemic. So that shows that we are committed to whatever we set out to do. And somehow God has been very faithful to us.
All right, talking about God being faithful, let me take you a bit down memory lane before I let you go. We all know that the election was very close. When the election was closed during the time of the elections and the campaigns and everything, we know that there were a lot of tension in and around, coupled with the recent NSAS issue, in the country, and coupled with also the incident that happened to the governor recently when he had to address the people. What do you think is, or give our viewers what the relationship with the relationship between the governor and the people of the state of Osun is like?
Well, in every society we have deviants. And most you cannot exhibiting their behavior.
Can you take that again, please? It's like we lost your voice at one point.
Yeah, I said in every society, there are deviants. And most times you hardly cannot prevent those deviants from exhibiting their character and personality from time to time. But those deviants in the state of Osun are in the minority. I say so with all sense of modesty, with all sense of responsibility. If you see the crowd at the grand finale of 7-year anniversary yesterday, you will know that this man is truly loved. And if you really want to know how loved this man is by the people of the state, all you need to do is get into the mini bus we call Korope in the state capital, anywhere around the town, or at Chaba, this motorcycle, commercial motorcycle, and engage people in discussion. And they will tell you, because whatever I say, people will say, what do you expect him to say? He's not a spokesman. So I would prefer that you get it from a third party. And if anything, the major thing most of the residents are holding on to is the fact that, one, peaceful disposition, his personality, that has suddenly brought some kind of calmness, to the state. Two is the fact that, in spite of the financial challenges, he's been able to keep faith with regular payment of salaries.
All right.
Don't forget that non-payment of salaries is a major issue in the state. So that alone has helped to reduce the level of acrimony and noise in the state.
All right. Thank you very much for being a part of our show this morning. That was the Chief Press Secretary to the state government of Osun. He's been telling us the journey so far with in the state of Osun with the present day administration. Thank you very much, Mr. Ismail Omipidan, for being a part of this show.
The pleasure is mine.
All right. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, on that note, I want to go on a very little break. You know that on this show, if it happened, it's happening, or it's being talked about. The gist is right here. I go on a little bit of break. Please stay with me and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.